and welcome to the BigAppleSchool podcast, the weekly English show where we speak about everything under the sun. The major goal of this show is to help you with your English and, of course, learn something new. My name's Katya, I'm your host, and today with me,
Natalie,
Alyona,
Varia.
So we have a very girly talk today. We have ladies' party today. Feels nice, you know.
Absolutely.
Once in a while to have a meeting like that. So, and before we jump into our girly topic, which I actually have been looking forward to, I would like to ask our listeners, of a little bit of a favor. So if you haven't done so yet, could you please subscribe to our pages on Apple, Yandex, Google, VK, or any other platform where you listen to our podcast and let us know what you think. Would you like or dislike about our show? If there is anything you would like to be different, anything you would like to add or change about our show, you can give us stars, you can ask questions, you can always rate our podcast, and you can even send your ideas about our next episodes. We always appreciate it, and we're always there to talk. So, and just as we are here to talk today. So, and we have a very fun topic today, which is beauty and makeup.
Yay.
And as far as I can see, all of us are wearing makeup.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's like once in a while, I think maybe once, twice a week I'm wearing makeup.
So is that for the podcast now?
I think it's just the mood. Yeah.
The
and
mood
you
for the
wake up in the morning and you see the sun and you feel that maybe today's
the day.
Today.
Wake up.
Yeah.
I feel like having it,
Yeah.
so putting it on. So, and tell me, do you know anything about the history of makeup? Like, do we know anything about where it appeared, or maybe what the beauty standards were? Well, let's talk first about beauty standards, maybe. So, do you know anything about beauty standards back in the day, back in history?
Yeah, of course. Quite a lot, actually. Also because I Googled before the podcast.
I didn't do the homework.
Oh, no.
Right.
How could you?
And I know just something in general. I mean about ancient China, Egypt, and the stuff when the cosmetics was something created like that. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk then about beauty standards. It might not always be about the makeup as such, but even about the face, the body, and
the shape,
everything.
body shape, yeah.
So what would we start with? What?
Okay. So the first kind of masterpiece that tells us about beauty standards is the statue of, what is it called? Something of Willendorf.
Oh, Venus of Willendorf.
Yeah, Venus. Yes, of course, Venus. Yeah, and so maybe you've seen this statue. So it looks like a ball, basically.
It's very round.
Yes.
Yeah. So it can tell us that plump women probably were in favor, right?
Maybe, or maybe the artist was not really talented. I mean, who knows, really?
But that would make sense, though, because the Venus of Willendorf dates back to the, Paleolithic era. And at that time, I guess, if a woman could bear children, if you could see that, that would be considered, beautiful. So
And plumpness would mean that the husband or whoever's taking care of her is
rich.
wealthy enough that can feed her.
Yes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
maybe many wives as well.
Yeah. So see, there is some logic into that then. Yeah. So, but what about later in time? So let's say ancient Greece or ancient Rome. So that was also, ancient times. So way long ago.
Okay, so in ancient Greece, and I'm thinking particularly Spartan, the Spartans, the women and the men too, they needed to be like military ready. And so the physique was very important. And even the women would be along the riverbank with their mirrors and certain exercises to do. And so exercising was always really important.
Oh, yeah.
A standard for beauty.
So we can see then that depending on the country and the values, maybe the beauty standards changed accordingly. So that means that what in ancient Greece then both women and men were supposed to be and were considered beautiful if they had like fit body, muscles maybe.
Yeah,
So
fit and healthy. And I think we can call that beauty cult, right? According to the sculptures that we have nowadays left from
Well,
back
it's
then.
also
Yeah.
based on their philosophy,
Yes, sure.
meaning that if you are fit, you have a fit body, it's going to give you a fit mind as well, body and mind.
I think, well, at that time as well, so how do you pronounce his name? Pythagoras? The one who made the theorem.
I think you're pronouncing it right.
Pythagoras.
Yeah.
Okay, so that guy. So he also created the like golden ratio of beauty. I don't know the
right.
details, but he did the ratios like the face, the eyes, the nose, like, you know, how it should be situated, you know, how symmetrical or symmetry was then beautiful, considered beautiful, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, so he was one of those first who actually put numbers into it, like the ratio now.
Actually, fun fact, you know, because of that, so, you know, because of the golden ratio, it was actually popular to have the unibrow. Because it's like, yeah, can you imagine?
Ouch.
Because it means that the girl is kind of like nice and soft and naive, maybe. So, and like this.
Well, there's
unibrow.
nothing more, you know, symmetrical than a unibrow.
Exactly.
Yes,
Frida
and nothing
Kahlo
more
would-
naive than a unibrow.
It's so weird nowadays.
Right?
But even I heard on something very recently how in style now are thick eyebrows. And I'm like aghast.
It's very thick.
Thick eyebrows. Because
Whereas-
when I was a teenager, I shaved off my eyebrows and penciled them in 1930 Hollywood style.
Well, if we think about Russia, the beginning of 2000s, maybe like 2007, the thin brows was so popular,
Same
like
thing.
as thin as a thread, maybe, which is why it's so funny to look at the photos from that time.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, you're saying F now. Maybe if you look at, you know, our photos and pictures 15 years from now, you would think natural eyebrows.
Oh, yes.
And that was
Natural
Oh,
face.
no,
Yeah.
it just depends on the person because I went through a phase where I'm going to grow out my eyebrows and they're going to be natural. And then where were they? They were kind of like a smudge, had no shape. So I gave it like 6 months chance and then never again.
But that's so interesting. Yeah, I would never have thought that a unibrow would be you know, considered beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, Frida Kahlo would be, you know, just hitting it there. Then.
Star of unibrow.
Okay, so what about later in history? So was that always then the case? Was that the beginning of fit body being the standard of beauty?
I'm thinking about the Egyptian art. And of course, they wore this makeup that extended the eyes.
Yeah, but we'll talk about makeup in just a little bit.
Oh, what are we talking about then?
Like the figure type,
the
and like
figure
because let's
types.
say the ancient times it was more about the plump body that, you know, that could show that you're wealthy, you can bear children.
Okay, so if I'm looking at Egyptian art, they all seemed like they had a good physique.
Maybe they had the same values as like ancient Greece.
I think when you're out there working and you're not sitting at a desk typing, I think they have.
Also true.
It's really hard to become, you know, fat actually, even if you want to.
Yeah, right.
You have things to carry, work to do. What about Europe of, you know, let's say Middle Ages?
I think that those days, the women, if we talk about standards of beauty, were quite slim, if not thin. Yeah.
I think this all started, you know, at those ancient Greece times,
Yes.
and then it never really changed.
Yeah.
So Europe, like Renaissance times, Victorian times, there were differences, you know, in terms of beauty standards.
The hourglass figure, the very thin waist with the corsets.
Oh yeah, they wore corsets and all that. Yeah. So, but it was always fit or really thin. Well, depending. Sometimes it was more like, you know, fit as in physically fit, you know, with muscle. Sometimes it was just petite,
Yeah.
hourglass.
And I think if we talk about those standards, a really pale skin was aristocratic, and if the woman was a little plumper than necessary, or if she had quite healthy. Tone of her skin, so she could have been considered as like peasant. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, because like you work in the sun, you should have pale skin.
Oh, maybe you remember from the Gun of with the Wind. There was kind of a scene when the girl was the main heroine was wearing quite open dress, in the daylight, and her nanny was like, "Oh no, you shouldn't have done that yet, because you'll have the." Oh, by the way, sun marks. What
Freckles.
Freckles, right?
Freckles,
Yeah.
yeah.
You'll have freckles on your chest. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love freckles. I always wish I had freckles.
they're so
I have
lovely.
freckles.
Oh,
I don't like
you're
them.
so lucky.
Really?
Just a little bit.
I do
Just a
have
little
on
bit,
my
yeah.
nose and cheeks
Oh,
a
how
little, and I
sweet.
love them dearly.
I feel like it's like with straight and curly or wavy hair. If you have straight hair, you want to have curly hair. If you have curly hair, you want to have straight hair. The same with freckles. I know people who actually use henna or like hair dye to make
Yes.
freckles, to have
Yes.
fake freckles.
Oh,
Exactly. I've seen those
So
people.
they kind of like just sprinkle this hair dye or the henna onto their face, and then it washes
There
off.
are even
after a while.
masters, of making this artificial freckles. So, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, these days, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
I can remember even a story when the girl tattooed the freckles just because she wanted them so dearly.
It's so interesting.
Yeah.
But I guess at that time when the pale skin was, considered the beauty standard, nobody wanted to have freckles.
yeah.
But what about later? That's kind of curious.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because now, do you think that there is such a thing as beauty standard now?
we're supposed to be all inclusive now, and we're not supposed to body shame anyone,
Yeah, of
especially women. We're not supposed to talk bad about women.
Well, men too, I guess.
I think men are okay. I think we can talk bad about men, but women we're not supposed to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like, we have a freer maybe, and we are more liberated now. So we don't have anything like you have pale skin that's beautiful, you have that's beautiful, that's not beautiful. So yeah, I love
Okay,
it.
so part of this beauty standard would be a standard that maybe men have put on. So the idea of I can be however I want to be, and I'm not here to be an object for your desire.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
can be whatever
definitely.
I want to be.
That is actually true. If you think about it, very often all those beauty standards have been dictated by men.
Yeah, and
Most
it
of
really
the time,
does.
actually.
It disgusts me because you can see. I won't talk bad about men, but whatever their physique may be, that may be substandard, they have a lot of judgment. They'll put a lot of judgment on. Oh, she's too skinny. Oh, she's this way. They can line up women and critique them.
And the worst thing is that some older women sometimes also do the same. So it's like, oh, you're too skinny, or you're too plump, or you're too something, and I don't know.
Insert whatever you need. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
To something.
Something,
Eat. You're too skinny.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a question to Natalie.
Uh-huh.
So, do you know anything about beauty standards and maybe history of beauty standards in Asia, in China or in Thailand? Because I can imagine the beauty standards would be different.
Yeah. Well, speaking about Asia, I don't know a lot about history. I only know that, in China they used to do this, how do you call it, binding of feet,
the food binding. I saw some
Yeah.
pictures. They were horrible.
Yeah, it's actually disgusting, yeah. So,
But the standard was tiny feet, right?
Yeah, exactly, because it's like, I don't remember why, but it was considered
Tiny feet, and then the
precious,
women would have to kind of shuffle along because they were
Exactly.
in pain.
They
And they
weren't able
started
to
binding
walk,
early, like when you're a little
Exactly.
girl.
Exactly. Yeah. So just
Oh.
that. Also, I think it's kind of good to be small there. I don't know. It's like if you're too tall, it's like a bit weird, I would say. So, for me, it was a bit different because I'm from another country, but for them, when, like, for example, a Thai girl or a Chinese girl is too tall, so it's like a bit strange. So,
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because a few years ago there was a trend, and I still don't know if it's still going on, but a trend of being more westernized.
yeah.
And so
Now
they'll
it's
actually go
changing
to
also,
surgery and lengthen their bones so that they're made taller.
Yeah. It's changing, but like really slowly.
Or widening the eyes, almond
yes,
eyes,
that's
Western eyes.
Especially that, in Korea. So they just, make the eyes wider and
I
Make the
think
skin
they still
whiter.
have, this, it's considered to be beautiful when you have pale skin. It's
Yes,
still the case.
definitely.
I remember when I was in China, people just would come to me, point at my skin, and I have very white skin. I can never get a tan. Like, even if I want to, I can't. I just get as red as a lobster, and that's it. And they just pointed and said, like, beautiful, beautiful. I'm like, oh, thank you. And some people, there were situations when some people approached me and they showed, photo camera. I'm like, oh, you want me to take a picture of you? Because it was the Forbidden City. Everybody was taking pictures. And they showed me, like, no, we want to take a picture with you. And I was like, what now?
One of my friends lived in Singapore for 3 years, I think, and all the time she used to tell me, like, my little kid, who is about 3 years old or something, blonde with curly hair and pale skin, so attracts so much attention of Indian people, Chinese people, Malaysian.
I'm pretty sure there are blue eyes. The kid has blue eyes as well.
And first, she was really freaked out by that, because like crowds of people, approaching her kid, trying to touch her head or maybe her hands, right? And maybe take a picture of her kid, and my friend was really mad about that. But then, like, time had passed, right? And she was like,
them it's like a sign of good luck, or something like that. So if they touch like a white-skinned baby, so they just get lucky for years.
Especially, I know that the head for them is kind of
sacred
part of the body, especially if we call
like the crown of your soul or something.
I think yes,
Actually, that's why in Thailand it's really rude to touch somebody's head. If you touch it, so it's like, oh my God, what did you do? So,
the other thing about Asia is, in history, yellow teeth were out of style, and since they couldn't get white teeth, they would paint their teeth black. Women.
Yes,
black.
yes. I heard China and maybe Japan, something like that. Yes, I even
And that's
saw
a lot
pictures.
easier to have black teeth than white teeth.
technically.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I have never heard about that.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm not sure I want to see, the black teeth.
It's such strange and weird. Yeah.
So what did they, do you happen to know what they used? What materials?
I can't remember, but it's some kind of makeup, something from the earth, some kind of concoction. Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Interesting.
like every day they painted it black?
Yes,
Or,
yes,
okay.
yes.
I thought it was like once and forever.
No, they'd have to, it's like makeup. You'd have to apply it, I think.
Okay. But then you eat and it's like, it's gone.
I don't know how they did it.
It's like
strange.
lipstick, so you need to
maybe.
reapply.
Apply my teeth.
Well, that's actually, I think this beauty standard has, has stayed in most of the countries, that it's kind of considered to be beautiful to have white teeth.
I don't know. I've been to the dentist several times here, and different dentists, because I'm trying to find a dentist who will acknowledge the fact that I'm losing my white teeth and they're turning yellow. And can you do something about it? And they seem, no, you're fine. It's quite natural. It's like, I know it's natural, but
Maybe
do something about it.
Maybe you should just, make an appointment with the dentist for the teeth whitening.
Yeah.
Because
No, I'm sorry. I've tried everything.
Oh, whoa.
I really appreciate your.
Is it because
I mean,
of the
teeth
water
whitening in the
maybe?
clinic.
No, I've done that.
Oh, God.
Because I've done the whitening, with a
Well, no,
stripes.
I would not want a teeth whitening if my enamel is rubbing off. I certainly would not want to put some kind of product on it. So I'm trying to get some information, and it seems to be lacking.
I know that nowadays some people, who want to have really beautiful teeth, they would have the veneers.
Oh, yeah.
But it's kind of, it's a serious step, You kind of have to have your teeth just...
Yeah. It's like,
what do? They kind of...
I don't know.
They don't cut it, but they kind of not polish.
make it smaller in some ways.
I have no idea how
Okay,
to
they file them down, right? And then they stick this, and there's
fake
this
teeth
big
on top of
warning.
them.
Yeah, it's really trending with younger people. And so they're warning, please don't do this, because whenever you fool with
knows
your
what will
real
happen?
teeth, you're going to weaken them. And later on, and anytime you have something put on, there's going to create a gap, which means you're going to get infection and everything. Only if you really need it, but not something for cosmetic reasons.
I mean, some people do need it. Some people have like really bad teeth. I don't know, but most people just do it for.
It's a serious. It's a
trend.
serious step, I would say. You know,
definitely.
when I see, when they prepare the teeth for the veneers and how they pile them down,
Looks
you know,
so creepy.
and you have a normal teeth and then you have like remnants of it and it looks so creepy. I'm like, oh no. When my dentist suggested that, I'm like, no, thank you. It's like,
no
but
way.
it's aesthetic. I'm like, I'm very happy with the way my teeth look. Thank you very much. You know, aesthetically wise. So yeah. So what if we talk about makeup in history and when did that appear, presumably, and what materials people used? So do you know anything about that?
I bet it was charcoal,
Yeah.
first, and some maybe ash that was first things to apply on I think eyes.
Well, that's what Barbara has said about ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
If we look at the pictures they have left, we always see, the kind of eyes with makeup. Yeah.
Kind of what's that called, cat eye, right? Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's not really a cat eye. I think that's what people think a cat eye is. But a cat eye is more of a triangle at the end of your eyes. And you don't, you have to fill in it the triangle. So if you just extend it, it's going to look Egyptian. But if you put another line to make it the triangle and fill it in, that's the cat eye.
Okay.
And people don't know that. And I'd love to tell people, but I don't want to be rude.
Now we know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So they did, I think the ancient Egyptians were the first ones. Well, at least they are thought to be the first ones to do
China
that.
and Egypt, I think they were
Wait, in
first.
China, they
probably
In China, I think they applied some kind of lipstick to make their lips
And that's
bright.
probably from berries or something that's kind of stained.
Some juice maybe.
Well, that sounds more natural than putting soot, and gold.
And I think they used to
materials.
apply some chalk maybe or some powder made of it to make their skin even whiter. Yeah.
Well, that's the love and the trend for white skin and pale skin.
like talc, like baby powder that we use today. It's from talc.
Right.
And I used to use talc or baby powder on my face just to make it lighter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Powder it with that.
Do you know about the Renaissance times? Because there was a trend for pale skin too, but what they used is they used the lead.
Oh, yeah. I heard about this.
So the lead paint, and that was, you can imagine, it's lead.
And I remember there
poison,
was
I mean.
a kind of rice powder and lead. Yeah.
And then there was this woman whose name was Aqua Tofana, and she was a very popular producer of like this face powder. So, and it was made with arsenic. I think this is the chemical or something like that. And she would say, you should apply it at least several times the day and everything. So yeah.
How many people survived that?
But there is also an interesting story. So she was the one who supplied, women with powder, but she said, apply it several times a day, only when your husbands are around. And later it turned out that, it was deadly. So, and this is how she was executed late. That's why she was executed later for helping women murder their husbands with the help of makeup.
Because they also they breathed it in.
But how true was it? I mean,
well, it's history. So how, there's no way to check. But
It's a legend.
But what's true though, that all of the women used this lead paint, which was, chemical. It was dangerous. What else? They used, since, this pale skin was a sign of wealth and aristocracy. What else? They used the chalk with lead. So basically, mostly everything that they used was so chemical that later, that caused so many problems with the skin, the teeth. It would lead to shakes and sometimes even death.
Oh, God.
And I think this is kind of a slow poisoning.
Oh yeah, so
think
you
it's
wouldn't. Yeah, so at first you would think like, oh, everything's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So just wow. So and then what else? If we think about, let's say, the Regency era, so they love the red color, so they would make sure to put some kind of a lipstick, whatever they made that with, on their lips, and eyebrows were blackened, so it was considered to be beautiful to have black eyebrows. So yeah, but at that time, so let's say in England, for example, like at that time, the makeup was usually made with some herbs, with flowers, brandy, fat, vegetables,
Honey, I guess.
honey. So yes,
It's all edible, basically.
so yeah, strawberries. So we have like face masks made of
Yeah.
that now. Yeah, yeah.
Sounds tasty, at least.
But I remember that at some time, because in Europe, I think it all started with France, with all those balls and whatever. And at some point, people thought that, French have something to hide, so makeup is bad. So and that's why in England, they at some point, they were against the French. So they're like, no, we're not going to use that. We're going to use natural materials. And at some point, the makeup was, even kind of not forbidden, but people would look down on you if you had bright makeup. But women still wanted to have some kind of shyness to their faces, so they would put egg whites on their
God.
face, and then they would kind of shine.
And what about men, though? I remember
Exactly.
men going like
That's a point.
powder something. I'm
Yeah,
not sure what they're
that's
having.
true. That's
Powdering.
true.
I don't know. So it's sort of like hygiene. Rather than washing, one would powder.
Yeah, well, it was at that time, the Baroque time. We look at the pictures and we think, oh my goodness, they look so beautiful with makeup. They must have been great hygiene, but actually they had special things to catch the fleas.
Oh, yes.
Because they only took baths, like once a month or something like that.
Or even less. Like some of them just bathed, I don't know, twice for their lives. I mean,
Yeah, when they were born and
yeah, exactly when they died.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
just like, and that was at that time, it was popular to give a lady a gift of this special little box, encrusted with different diamonds or something, to where she would put the fleas that she caught.
Oh,
I read some things about, the balls in, how do you call this palace in Paris?
Versailles?
Yeah, that one. So, and since they didn't have, they had the balls, but what to do when you need to go to the toilet. So, and they had special, it looked like, well, not a kettle maybe, but something like that. They had, big dresses. So they would just put it under the dress or just use one of the corners, multiple corners in the castle. I was like, oh, wow, so much to the developed.
but that's very convenient.
That's very, very smelly as well. That must be. Maybe that's why the perfume was, popular at that time. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. If we look at it, it kind of, makes you think how grateful you should be about all the, ingredients of makeup being so,
More or less natural.
well, at least not, killing you slowly.
Kind of safe, yeah.
I have a question, by the way, which is more of a ethical question. So when you buy makeup or some kind of facial care or shampoos or whatever, is it important to you that it has not been tested on animals?
Yeah, it is so important to me, but it's very inconvenient to find, and it's hard to find, and that's what bothers me. Because if you have a certain shampoo that you have been using that really works, then sometimes they don't work as well. But I have used MAC for many years, since 2005. And so I've Googled MAC, and they say, no, we don't test on animals, but in China they do. So whatever they send to China tests on them.
Tricky.
Yeah, that's a little tricky. So you can kind of, I can use MAC without feeling guilty.
And then you find out.
Yeah. So
I guess
I think it's really important, but it's just so hard to find.
it's hard to find. Sometimes it's even more expensive.
Oh yeah.
Because, for example, there is this brand of makeup which I really love and which is not available in Russia, of course, which is Kat Von D. And if you Google the founder, you might have mixed feelings because she looks very gothic, all black, all that. But she makes sure, and her policy when she was creating the company is that all of the makeup projects would be vegan and cruelty free. So it is not tested on animals. It does not use any kind of animal produce. So nothing like that. So and I start to notice that a lot of brands right now have this little cruelty free sticker. But I also understand that very often you have to do some research to find out whether that's actually true.
Right.
It's like with, like ecological, like eco-friendly.
Green. We're going green.
But then you find out it's only
Yeah,
greenwashing.
exactly.
So I guess the same thing about makeup very often.
Just getting popular and people use it. in some
Yeah.
ways.
So sometimes you have to actually dig deeper to find out whether it's marketing or whether they're really cruelty free. But yeah, Alyona and Natalie, what about you? Do you care if your makeup has been tested on animals or not? No judgment.
I do care, I guess, but again, it's really hard to find, and also I don't use as much makeup, to be honest. And I guess I've never thought about it like so much, probably.
I think I'm more brand oriented in that case. Yeah. So there are some special brands of cosmetics that I'm used to and I really love them. And I can't say if I checked that cruelty free label on them. Yeah. So I have never gave it a much thought, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk then about brands. So what brands do you use and what makeup do you use and how do you choose it? So tell me your story, your relationship with makeup.
If we talk about skincare cosmetics, so lately I've been using more Japanese and Korean things, So maybe you heard that 8 or 10 step Korean skincare.
Actually, I use it too.
Like a skincare routine?
Right, yeah.
Do you do all the 8-10 steps?
No.
I'm so lazy.
I
not
have
necessary,
a friend. I have a friend. She kind of tried to teach me, how to take care of your skin in the morning, how to take care of your skin at night, right before sleep. And I realized no, it's too boring, too much time. And I realized that actually I want my skin to breathe more. Yeah. So to my mind, it's too much. Yeah. And I follow some steps. I love some products like I don't know, different essences or maybe some serums. Yeah. And I adore those masks. Yeah. Those sheet masks. Oh, they're so lovely. Bubble masks, right? So they're so cute when you
You put
them
it on and then you're like,
bubbles.
look at me, I'm a cloud.
Right. It's so fun. Yeah. And actually it lets you have some time for yourself, right? Doing all those
Yeah,
treatments.
actually, that's a question. Is it actual, like, when you look after yourself, or it's like, just you put the sheet mask on and you pretend as if you're actually taking care of yourself?
I think it's a very good question.
Yeah, because
Especially like if you're eating like a big chocolate ice cream or something. Look at me take care of myself.
I think that would also depend on, what kind of skincare routine you follow in general, what kind of sheet masks you use. Because, for example, if you go to fixed price and you buy a 50 ruble mask made with...
and you still pretend, I'm looking after
That would be, pretend
self-care.
self-care.
Right.
But yeah, because I think in this case, it's quality that matters.
Yeah,
so
probably.
that's what makes it true self-care or attempted self-care.
I try to go to the shops which sell Korean and Japanese cosmetics, right? And so they provide different brands, and so you can try different things, see what's good for you personally, right? So what brands you like, which I don't know, your skin reacts much better, and so on. And so it's a matter of time, of course, and it takes some effort, right, to investigate, I must say, but anyways, it's, I don't know, it's kind of really interesting as well, doing that research, seeing what's good, seeing what's could have been better, So,
and what about makeup, meaning decorative cosmetics? So which one, what do you use?
Well, I just want to go back to skincare.
Oh, okay.
So I learned skincare from my mom because my mom had really dry skin. And so you're talking about quality. And so she would always buy Borghese, and she really had to put in a lot of money for her poor dry skin. So then when I was a teenager, I had acne or pimples. And so I had oily skin. So I had to make sure I used something that would, soak up that oil. So there was something called by Bonnie Bell. It was 1006. And it was this kind of tonic where you put in and it takes all the oil off. And but I've been exfoliating my skin since I was a teenager. This is a scrub. You scrub. Since I've come to Russia, I had to abandon my normal products because I can't find them, and had to kind of make do. But I always have some kind of scrub for my face and then a nice lotion.
Can you have them delivered to Novosibirsk?
Well, not Amazon.com because that's so expensive.
Oh yeah, it's like
And so I've looked on other things like AliExpress and Ozone. They don't have the things yeah. So I've just had to adapt.
That's sad.
Do you remember the names of the brands?
Yeah, I would use St. Ives scrub and Noxzema and Caress soap. Yes, these things I cannot get. Epsom salt for soaking in a bathtub for your muscles. Yeah, these things I all had to give up.
Wait, you can get Epsom salt at
It's not the Epsom salt that
not
the therapeutic.
Not the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I remember seeing some at a shop, which is like eco-friendly shop where they have like package-free shop. So and I remember
it's like with aroma and something for like a bubble bath.
They don't have the aroma. It's just not scented.
I've
nothing
looked
like
all
that.
over, but this is just like really cheap, really cheap from the earth.
Yeah. That's the one. So maybe you want to check that out. So, all right. Okay. Yeah, that's so interesting to listen to, about the skincare. I feel so lazy because I usually just use, a wash and then once a week a scrub, something like that. But when I was in the US, I used this company. I don't remember the name right now, but the idea is that and it's an online. So they have offices around the country, I guess. So, and the thing is that you send them a message, you attach the photos of your skin from different, sides and all the problems. You describe everything you can, your diet and everything. And then they send you a cream based on your needs. So, and usually it's like face wash, face cream, and night lotion, something like that. And at first I thought, what can they do, online? But since they work with dermatologists and, they make the cream based on your needs and they have the contents. And I was like, okay, let me give it a try. And that worked so well. And I was like, oh my goodness. But of course, since it's done and made personally for you, you can't get that in other countries as well. They don't have shipping outside the US. And
That's a pity.
Yeah, that's a pity.
Yeah. What I also notice is that when you go to another country, since they have, different water, the quality of water and everything.
Not
It's
only
different
country,
water.
but the city as well. Right?
Yeah, and your
Actually,
skin takes so long to adapt.
What is the smell that this water has here?
I'm not sure.
My
want
legs
to know.
smell, and it's from the water. It's just my skin smells.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Really?
It's so different. Yeah.
Well, I think about.
It smells like tires or rubber or oil or something. What
In
is
some
that?
places it does. Yeah, I don't know what it depends on, but like it depends on the part of the city too, I guess.
Yeah.
So
But now I'm used to it. It's like, all right, if I'm getting poisoned from it, I don't know.
I mean, it's like kind of a
accept it.
perfume, yeah.
I'm resigned.
Yeah, so that's so true. So what about decorative cosmetics, so makeup. What do you use? I mean, what kind of products you use and what kind of companies,
Not so many
brands?
products, actually, to be honest. So mascara, so, I don't know, eyebrows gel, something like that, I don't know. So blush and highlighter. That's it.
And you call it blush.
Yeah.
It used to be called rouge,
Rouge.
which
Okay,
of course
French.
means red in French.
Like Moulin
And
Rouge.
Rouge,
Yeah.
because the women, I'm talking about my mom because she was born in 1921, so we're talking about the 1930s, or in the 20s. The blush would be red. And red means rouge. So, but then blush came out, this sound of blush, this word, because it would be different kind of, like a natural
more of a
color or
pinky,
pinker.
like, you know,
yeah,
pale
different.
pink,
It's just a
right?
blush.
Yeah. So it's not like red.
Yeah.
Aw.
Makes sense.
So you only use these for, is there any brand that you're loyal to when you buy these products?
I like French cosmetics, not because of the quality, but because of the, boxes. Like so cute and nice.
So you like the aesthetic side of it. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, like Givenchy or something like that.
Well, that's
Chanel.
they
Oh,
have.
God.
Well, these companies have good quality.
Yeah,
right.
They do. Of course, it's not only because of
Yeah,
the
because
boxes.
these are. I think they're considered to be like, well, not like mass market,
like
but they're considered to be
luxury, I guess.
well, leaning to that side.
yeah,
at
leaning
least,
to
yeah.
this side. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Just like them.
Okay.
Well, it's worth it. If it's high quality, it's good. It's better for your skin. It's
Yeah,
good for your skin.
exactly. Yeah,
It's worth it.
definitely.
Barbara, what about you? You've mentioned that you've been loyal to Mac.
Yeah, I've been loyal to Mac. There's a rule that you should use lip liner when you have lipstick on, but that it should match. But then I changed lipstick color, and so now my lips liner and my lipstick doesn't match. So I don't know if you'll be critical of me or you'll talk behind my back or anything.
I don't use the
about-
lip liner.
Oh,
I've
you
never used
must
it.
use a
Yeah,
lip
me neither,
liner.
actually.
Oh, the proper lady uses lip liner.
My mom used to actually. No, she doesn't either.
When I was in my seventh
So-
year. Sorry.
Yeah, do you wear a lip liner?
When I was in my 7th year at school, I used to wear lip liner.
And did it
only.
match your lipstick? Because it
No.
has to.
I used to wear only the lip liner.
Oh,
What's the point
yeah,
of it,
you
actually?
were
It's
definitely
like,
a rebel.
It doesn't let it go from
Well, the reason for a lip liner is to keep the lipstick from bleeding, so to speak. So it does keep it. You're supposed to color within the
so
line.
it can bleed. Actually, it can like go.
Well, it could be kind of faded on
You can smudge
the
it
ends of
sometimes,
it.
so it's kind of make
yeah,
it
kind
more of a
smudgy something.
smudge.
But it does help. I like it. Yeah.
I don't use it for one reason, is that I don't use the usual lipsticks. I use the matte ones, so the ones that get dry. So, and they're smudge proof. So I can apply my lipstick in the morning, have breakfast, lunch, dinner, drink coffee, drink tea, and it's still, it's still on. And then
so
I have
this is called a stain lipstick. That's what you wear. A stain lipstick. It stains your
yeah,
lip.
because it stains and doesn't. wash
so
off.
yeah, these are the lipstick that I use.
I never use lipsticks.
I love tints from time to time.
Oh,
though.
tints are good.
Yeah, they smell nicely and they make your lips look bright. Yeah, but you don't feel anything covered.
Yeah,
covering
that's
your
true.
lips.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
It's much better, probably.
I think they've come from like Korean
I think yes.
cosmetics
It's
world.
like
Yeah.
in I think about 10 years ago or something. The world became mad about Korean cosmetics
yeah.
and the treatments they provide, and I think maybe Japanese as well. But I think that, for example, I met that all actually taking part into cosplay, and so there I met all that kind of treatment, or those BB creams, that make your skin look doll-like, right? And different tints that you apply, for example, on your cheeks, on lips, and so they look beautifully without any additional cover layer, So it's really nice. Yeah.
Do you use foundation?
Yeah, I do. I love Cliniques and Korean Holika and Mishka cosmetics. Yeah. So if we talk about foundation, and so they are quite, you don't feel them. Yeah. And,
Yeah, I like the kind of foundation where it's liquid and it feels like powder once you put it on.
Yeah.
It's really nice feeling.
So your face doesn't look like caked.
Not cakey, right? No. But I used to when I was younger, and of course when I'd go out, I would wear a foundation. It takes too much time, and then I don't do that. It's too time consuming for that. And blush or rouge is too time consuming. It just takes too long to do that. Yeah, that's 3 or 5 seconds too long. Because it takes a long time to put on the eyeliner. You gotta go around a few times.
Yeah. I used to do that actually, and it would take me, I don't know, like 10 minutes to do it. Yeah, it's a long
The eyeliner is really important to me. I use this wonderful kohl. It's soft and it goes on, and it's not the liquid where you just draw one little line, because I like the thicker look and make sure, you see, I got my eyeliner on. See, I mean business here. I'm dressed for success.
I've never learned how to use the blush. To me, it's like if you can easily overdo it and then look ridiculous.
Well, it's supposed to be for the indentation, for the shadow of your cheek, not on the cheek, like around.
Actually, it depends. It's like you can do it 2 ways. You can do it like right here, or you can do it right here.
Oh.
So,
And then your face will look different.
Yeah, exactly. Like this, it will look like childlike or something like that. So if you put it here, it's like...
Yeah, it's more Vogue.
Yeah,
model,
kind of,
yes.
I've never learned how to use the like all these contouring.
Right.
Oh no,
Yeah, it takes way
as
too
if I don't
long.
have things to do.
I tried once, I remember. It was
just
like,
looks
You'd have to have perfect
time-consuming.
lighting following you around all day.
Exactly.
Anyway. This is my right
otherwise
side.
you look like ridiculous, really.
Yeah, it's too much.
And then there's also strobing. And I remember going to Sephora and they're like, do you want to, sign up for a workshop, how to do strobing? I'm like, I'm not even sure I know what that is. Like highlighting, it's like contouring, but with highlighters. I'm like, thank you.
right.
No, I don't have the time for this.
But anything you want to know, you can find some kind of YouTube video on it.
That is also true. Yeah.
And then you need many attempts to actually improve that skill.
So which means that you're gonna look ridiculous for some time until you actually
But then
learn
you
how
will
to do it
learn,
well.
yeah.
So how do you choose cosmetic? I mean, do you just go to a shop like that looks nice? That looks nice. I mean, how do you do
Once you
that?
find something that you like, you just stick with it for years and years and years. That's what I do.
And then they stop producing it and break it off.
Yes, exactly.
Like happened with my favorite perfume.
Yes, mine too.
Yeah. So I was literally
Heartbreaking.
crying.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I found, of course, I have several things, but one of them, still breaking my heart. Yeah.
It takes you years to get over it.
But things that you use and you have used maybe for years, but how did you find them? And
I love samples.
okay.
Samples that many shops provide, and so they can be either mass market or they can be some, let it be Korean shops, whatever. So many shops provide you with samples, and you try some things and you realize, okay, so I'd love to try that. Yeah. So maybe one more time, I can ask them for a sample maybe, or the next time I'm buying some product I needed. And then, for example, I buy just the minimal container, right? And see if it all fits, everywhere. I don't know.
It doesn't work for me. Usually I'll just go to a shop and just try everything. So
I
shop
just love the
assistants are like,
process,
oh my
to
God.
be honest.
Yeah.
Just going, I love all these like eyeshadow and eyeliner and mascara. But when I was in the US, what I really loved and what I really miss is that I was subscribed to what is called an Ipsy bag. So it's a company, Ipsy, and once a month so you pay $10 a month. For that money, they send you a makeup bag every month, which is actually the one thing I did not need because, it's every month. So at the end of the year, you end up having 12 makeup bags. And they send you 5 different mini products. And the thing is that they're supposed to be mini, but honestly, sometimes they're not mini at all, like full-size eyeshadow container. So, and then before you actually sign up, or when signing up, you fill out a little questionnaire, for example, what you would like to get, what you don't want to get, and you answer these questions based on categories. For example, hair. Would you like to get something for hair? And I always answer no, because, you know, I have my hair routine that I'm used to. And then let's say eyeshadow. Do you prefer, let's say, nude colors, bright, or like the color scheme? The same with lipsticks, perfume, all that. And every month, you know, this is one thing you really look forward to, getting that envelope with an Ipsy bag. And I got so many cool things thanks to that. I found out about different companies, the cool companies. I got so many cool samples of eyeshadow that I still use after like a year of regularly using them. So they are not like tiny, the full size eyeshadow. So yeah, I just love it. And I miss that a lot. Because in here, every time I go to, let's say, some makeup shops, it's all the same things. And there are just so many.
You know, I've heard that I guess I heard or they have the same thing. But if I'm not sure if we talk about the cosmetics, so probably that's kind of skincare. Yeah.
There are a lot of subscriptions like that. You can like pay a certain amount and then get 5.
I'm a creature of a habit because I really like saving time. And so it was a lady friend that wanted to buy something for me. So she bought a lipstick from MAC. And it was from that moment on, I was sold on MAC. And the good thing about MAC is they have one here. And the ladies in there are so nice. And they welcome me. They ask me my name. They let me speak my Russian. They try to understand. Of course, they can understand because they're taking their time. And you know what do you have to say? You just say a few words, and they're understanding, and they make you feel like a real person. So I love going into Max. Like, I don't care how much you charge me. I'm going in here. I'll pay you to be nice to me. So I always get my wonderful same things that I can count on.
Yeah, that's so great. I love changes in makeup. I mean, I love trying new things. I love trying new brands, all that. So that's why I have.
But what about, doesn't that make you feel like you have to decide too many things? That's just horrible. I don't like so many decisions.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, with Ipsy bag, for example, they make the decision for you, and then later you
But the next morning when you've got all these 12 Ipsy bags, and you go, well, which one, what do I feel like today?
Oh yeah, every day I'm like, what do I feel like?
Really?
Do I want to put glitter on? Because I have so many, like, I have liquid glitter. I have, what's it called? It's like eyeshadow, but loose eyeshadow. So that, or do I want the usual eyeshadow? But then what color? Do I want to use the eyeliner or not?
Okay, so you're basing this on your morning mood.
Yeah.
What about in the afternoon? Do you all of a sudden say, oh no, I don't feel like this kind of sparkly eye?
No, I just put it on once a day.
I do that with clothes. I have way too too many clothes, and every morning I wake up and I'm like, all right,
these are the choices I love to make. Like with eyeliner, I have black eyeliner, I have pink one, blue one, purple one. So I don't know. And the same with different accessories. So like, the earrings, the rings. Like, what earrings do I want to put on today?
I always wear the same.
And I wear nothing because it saves time.
I guess.
I don't know. This is one thing
looks.
that I really love. I have this year I made a difficult decision, which means I threw away all of my lipsticks because I know that I bought most of them like 2 years ago. So I know like they must be expired right now. Some of them started to smell. I'm like, okay, I've had them too long. I threw all of them away, but before I did, I found the replacement in Sephora. So that's why I now have not my usual 22 lipsticks, but only like 15 maybe. So I don't know. I love this moment of like choosing what I feel like today, what lipstick I want to put on, what eyeshadow I want to put on.
I guess like once a year, like every year, I try like really bright red lipstick on, and just only once. That's it.
Like,
New Year or birthday.
Exactly. I don't know. Just don't
so
feel
do
comfortable.
you think colors go with ages? Like when I was 30, I had this beautiful, bright, hot pink lips. And then after a while, I thought, okay, I think I'm getting too old for this. So I went more purple. And I've been wearing the purple since for almost 20 years. But now, when you get older, you can think, well, I can wear whatever I want to. I'm an old lady. I can do whatever I want to.
I think this is the attitude people should have at any age. Like I should... I mean, that's why for some time I was putting on my gray lipstick or just almost black lipstick, green lipstick. I don't have them now, but...
I do have such lipsticks, but and sometimes I really put them on. But actually, I have a huge bag with different cosmetics and with different aqua, green, and so on. Because I used to work as a makeup artist for some years, and mostly it was because of my cosplay career, and I kind of developed into the makeup artist. And I don't know, I had tons of skull faces and I think beautiful ladies made up during in those 5 or maybe 6 years I'd been doing that. And some things were really crazy, like putting on some prosthetics, different masks made of silicone or maybe rubber latex, and we used to do those things ourselves, with my colleague, my master. So it was such a, I don't know, fascinating job to do. Halloween's different contents and all that stuff. We used to take part in them as people just asked who couldn't do that themselves. They asked for help. Of course, we took money for that, but it was every time just new something, interesting something. One of my biggest things were we maybe you remember from the X-Men, we made a girl Mystique.
Oh wait, she has blue skin.
Yes. The prosthetics put on her breasts, on her head, on her on her thighs. So which made her look like a reptile, right?
Sounds like a lot of paint was involved.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yes. And then we made Pennywise from it.
The
wig.
Wait. Oh wow.
The huge head, the wig, and doing actually making that wig, it's like crocheting, crocheting, and so you have just one hair in that hook, and it's just
God,
a huge work,
A lot of work,
and then the avatar, 2 of them.
Even the shape of the nose, because they have kind of
silicone. Silicone.
Oh
so
my
made
goodness,
of
that
silicone.
sounds so cool. I sometimes look at different pictures on like Instagram and social media of different makeup artists or just girls who are good with makeup. And I admire them because I love makeup, but at the same time, I can't do all these, different makeups with lots and lots of colors. And that's just a dream. I know that, given enough practice, I might do that. But at the same time, you just need to practice it every single day in order to excel in it.
It takes so much time, of course.
So cool.
Yeah.
So what about different beauty procedures with your hair or nails? Do you do anything? Do you have anything done? Natalie just showed us.
Well, I promised myself that I would go once a month, but then 5 weeks pass, 6 weeks pass, and my beautiful, long, beautiful pink nails are now, as you can see, I've got 1 over here and 2 left over here.
Yeah, but someone usually just
I was
don't do
thinking
anything.
once, just trying to take off my long nails, right? And
You have to have good-
so I damaged my. So you can see, right?
I have my nails done every 3-4 weeks.
Yes, 3 or 4. You can.
I love it. First of all, I love it so much, you know, choosing the color, the design. And I also think I love doing it so much because I can't do that in the US because I can't afford it.
Right. It's so expensive.
How much does it cost actually there?
Well, depends on who you go to. So, for example, I once went to a salon, not, you know, at my town, and what they did was horrible, and that would be absolutely unacceptable over here because, you know, I had the cuts, I had the scratches, it was painful, it didn't last long. So that's why if you want to have what you have here, the quality, the same quality, you would go to Russian girls. So
I love
Makes
going.
sense.
So-
I'd never gone to a manicurist before, ever. And so when I got here, my eyesight is getting worse. I go, you know, I don't have time for this. I can't see. Here, you do it. And it's just so wonderful. Such a
it's
luxury.
so wonderful. And in the US, for example, if you want, let's say I love the design. So with the design and everything, it can be up to like $100.
Yes, at least
If not more. And then you need to remember that if you go and have some service, you have to tip it because people provide service and you have to actually.
Okay, so I
somehow-
tip them here. And do you tip them here?
Well,
sometimes.
the thing is that I've been going to the same nail technician for years. And once I tried and she's like, if I wanted more money, I would have charged you more. So I give you the price that I.
Yeah, there's one place that I kept on saying, you know, do I need to pay more? She goes, no. And then another place I asked, you know, should I give a tip? And she says, and I said, how much? And she said 100 rubles. So I did. And then there's another place where I was giving 100. I thought, well, that's not really enough. So I gave 200. Another place, I wanted change back and she misunderstood me. And so she gave me 500 back. So I actually tipped 500. And I didn't want to say, no, I want my money back. I just let her have it. It's like fine with me. So now I go, I make sure that I have my rubles in my hand and I don't need change.
Yeah. Have you ever had, because I remember at some point it was really popular to have those fake nails or like nail extensions. Have you ever had
We did
that?
at school, yeah. I remember
can't
some
do anything with
performances,
them,
you know.
Can you?
Yeah, we did some dances, like we used to perform on stage a lot. So, and we did these nails, you know, like really, really long.
Oh
They
my
were also
goodness.
black. It was like so funny.
Yeah. For a dress-up time, but you
Yes,
can't do anything.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
the thing.
tape type.
But then it just,
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I really, you know, wanted to have, so we got some fake nails at a market and I just glued them.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at me. Yes. click, 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 click,
Yeah.
everywhere. Oh my God, it's so fun. Of course, you can't do anything with them. I mean, I sometimes have long nails, but these are my nails, you know. And if they grow, you know, slowly and naturally, you don't notice how they become long. And then you just get used to doing whatever you usually do. But if you have the nail extension from short to long in like one day, then you are just lost. Like how do I zip?
yes, exactly.
Such a struggle. Well, what about you? Have you ever had nail extension?
Last year, for example, during the quarantine lockdown times, I found the master, who actually provided service, and I think in May I had my nails done, those gel, and then I came to her in maybe late June, and so we just cut those nails just a little, and I wore really long nails during the whole summer last year. I really love such things, but after that I don't know, I get disappointed with the length, or they break, whatever, and when you need to go back and find time and so on, I prefer just to go to an average manicurist and have the classical manicure done, so, and with my own nails.
Yeah.
And what about hair? So how often do you have something done? Natalie, have you ever had your hair dyed?
Dyed?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. So, I mean, I've never had blonde hair, although I wanted to, but just, I don't know, a month ago maybe, I had my hair a bit more like gingerish, if I could say so. I mean, it wasn't like really dyed, it was toned, but still it was kind of ginger a little bit.
Aww.
So, yeah.
But apart from that, if I'm not mistaken, you have never had your hair dyed, like bleached and then dyed.
I did bleach it once. It was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. No, actually 2. Just 2. Oh my God. Okay. So, and I bleached it and I dyed it blue. So you might have seen it actually. It wasn't like really blue again.
It's like dark blue.
It was dark blue and it was like only on the edges. So,
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
But it was interesting. Like I remember people in the street were just, "Whoa, you have nice hair," and I was like, "Whoa, thanks."
And how often do you get your hair trimmed?
Oh, once a month usually, but sometimes I forget about it.
Do you go or do you do it yourself?
I just do it myself. It's like you take it like this and you just cut it. Yeah, so it's like it takes 1 minute maybe, something like that. But if I go to hairdressers, it's like it's much longer and it's always some kind of like
What
set
is
story.
that thing they're doing here? They use a razor because I asked for a blunt
I've
cut.
done that actually.
What is this thing? It's a razor.
You mean like to go through all like the length and like what kind of razor?
I have never seen that, to be honest.
Well, a blunt cut is that all the hair should be the same length. And then there's this kind of razor thing, and the end is not the same length. And I hate it.
Yeah, okay. I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's like a machine for split ends or something like that.
No, I think it's what in Russian we would call filerovka. So it's like they have the scissors, but they're not cutting. They kind of.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to
the scissors
explain
are
it.
jagged or something.
I don't know.
Because that nice blunt feeling where you grab your hair and it's the same length. I love that. And then when it's like, what did they do?
Yeah, they do that. They do that here. Wait, Barbara, do you dye your hair or do you have it dyed?
Yes, I do my own. That I will do maybe once in a while. Oh, I remember when I broke my wrist, I had to have it. I had to have someone do it. But yeah, I do it, and I do it maybe every 4 weeks, 5 weeks, sometimes 6 weeks.
Do you dye the whole length or just
The
the
roots, and then it will. I'll pull some of it through, but I don't think that's really that necessary. But it's the roots that I gotta get. Yeah.
Okay. Alyona, what about you?
Well, I've been wearing the colors closer to my natural one for a year, I think. Or,
Is that your natural color?
closer to it, yeah. So the roots are my own, yeah. But I think almost all my life I was red, ginger red. I was orange, whatever, different shades of red color. Yeah, I was ruby. I was almost blonde. Yeah. Chestnut and all of those again the line of the copper shades, yeah.
Aww.
So from the brightest to the darkest, right?
Aww.
So yeah, usually like that. And I was a little, I don't know, tired last year, and I decided two things. First, to grow my hair, because I'm used to wearing much shorter length. And second, I decided, okay, let it be my own color for some time. Yeah, why not? And I'm happy with that now. I'm not sure I'm going to change my color like at least tomorrow. Okay, so sometimes it's like okay, like a flash, lightning, whatever, and I want to change my color. I have the dyes stored at home, so
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, I still have some green dye.
Yeah.
I might use it one day.
It's
Why
funny
not?
how trends have changed, because when I was a little girl, it was considered just like such a faux pas to have your dark roots showing. It's like, oh my God, her dark roots are showing. But now it's that's supposed to be very aesthetically
very
pleasing
blended.
to have that. The other thing is that when I was growing up, parts had to be very straight and not messy, and your part had to be exactly in the middle or exactly on the side, however it should be, but it should be this way, or else you'll be made fun of. And now you know how people's parts go all over the place and
The
kind
thing
of
is
crooked.
that they say that if your part, always in the middle all the time, the same place, then it might cause the hair loss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think
That's why I
that's
have to
true,
change
because I've
sometimes.
always had my hair on this side, and then since I been in Russia, I thought, okay, let me be different. And I've changed it on the other side. And I do. I think this one side is more bald than this side. And it's because of decades of one side. Yeah. So it is a good idea to change your part.
Yeah.
I should try
Something to think about.
Just think about it.
All right. So, and what kind of beauty procedures would you say are popular in Russia and in the US right now?
Fill-in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Different fillers. Lip
What do you-
fillers,
yeah,
cheek
so many of
fillers,
them.
whatever. Botox, yeah.
Botox, yeah. What do you think about lip fillers? Would you ever do that?
It's weird.
I went before Botox was Botox, and it was called collagen, because collagen comes from fat in your thigh or fat from a cow or something. And I have this scar here. And so this was like 30 years ago. I went to a dermatologist and I said, hey, could you just sand this scar off? He goes, it's too deep. We can't sand it off. Well, we could inject it. And he just happened to be the one who designed or discovered this new kind of injection thing. So I trusted him, and it was nice. It kind of puffied it out for a while. It lasted for a few months and then went back in. I thought, well, I'm not going to do it that again. So I guess I had the first Botox, so to speak.
Well, I think the thing about some of these procedures is that you have to do them regularly.
Exactly.
Like every 6
point,
months or
yeah.
every some amount of months. Yeah. So it's not that.
But what about these younger women, like 20s and 30s, getting Botox? It's so shocking to me.
Like,
'cause
why?
why you're so
Really?
young? Why do you want to do that?
I think it all depends on your skin and the muscle tones. Yeah. For example, my sister, so she used to have really, a wrinkled forehead. Yeah. She's just a year younger than I am. Yeah. She's 35. And so 2 years ago, she went to the beautician. Yeah. And asked for the injections of Botox. Yeah. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, she did that procedure just once. Yeah. And her forehead muscles relaxed, and she obtained a new habit of not being furrowing, not being tensed. Yeah. The muscles, right? And now it's pretty fine.
So
Yeah.
she's used to it. kind of.
She's used to it, and she controls, I think, her mimics herself now. And because because she didn't do the procedures several times, I think there is no kind of habit of. There is no loss of habit of the muscles. Yeah,
Okay.
so they don't need those treatments. I think. Yeah. So. And I saw that result, and I was like, all right, so I can give it a try myself, maybe when I really need that. Yeah. So why
that's
not?
so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Botox can be used in medical purposes too, like for migraines, for all this stuff. So
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
it's like when you have some kind of like thing here in the neck. I don't know how to describe it, but you can just inject some Botox and it will help somehow. I don't know how. I'm not a doctor, obviously, yeah, but still, it's just and that's it.
Any other procedures you can think of?
Fillers, this
they have a trend, I think.
lips
Yeah.
filled, and mostly I would say it looks really odd. Yeah.
I mean, it depends. For some
mean,
people, it's natural.
yes,
It depends on like whether it's within reason or not.
It depends on the cosmetologist that
Of course.
works with you, how professional they are, and maybe if they have some medical education, right? So background, yeah. And so altogether, I think nowadays advertisement works really hard, and the people, girls, okay, so they follow the trends and they think it's fashionable, but they forget about the beauty standards, Greek, for example, beauty standards, right? So that everything should be in balance, I think.
So the first time I've heard of injections was in the 1970s. Gilsey Kirkland, a famous ballerina from ABT, American Ballet Theater, she got her upper lip injected with what we used back then was called silicone. And it was because she wanted to look like Suzanne Farrell, who is another ballerina in the company. I know this because I read her autobiography. She also had her ankles injected so that her point looked like a little bit higher arch. And of course, it was considered very strange, very odd behavior. But that was the very first I've ever heard of injections. And here we are, 40, 50 years later.
Everybody does it.
It used to be this celebrities getting Botox, and now,
And now it's available to everyone, basically. Yeah. I remember some years ago, it was also popular to get hair extensions, like fake hair and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's more like the braids, the ZZ, the dreadlocks. I think this is still kind of popular.
And it's really, you've got to be careful about cultural appropriation. And this is where you take someone's culture and you put it on yourself. And it's considered like the dominant culture, which is the white society, shouldn't be taking cultural things from other people. So one has to be careful with that. But I don't think it'd be cultural appropriation if I got some traditional Russian braids, would it?
I don't think it would be.
I can imagine
I don't think so. I'd like to get a big, thick braid and put some kind of Russian braid.
Also, that would be debatable whether it is Russian, because that has been seen in many, many, many cultures. Inuit have been doing the same thing. A lot of cultures around the world have been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
People have hair everywhere. So
well, I looked up to see. I mean, with the dreads, those are African roots. Those are not Ukrainian or Russian or Asian or anything.
Yeah. So you have to be careful with that too.
But since Russia is such a dominant society, I don't think it'll be bad for me to get a big braid.
Yeah. Is there any kind of a beauty procedure that you're planning to get, or something you're planning to do?
I don't think so. No.
And what is your attitude to plastic surgery?
Oh, I've been following one plastic surgeon, the woman here in Novosibirsk. I was curious once, and actually I stayed tuned. Yeah, she's been doing a really great job. Yeah, so for women, for example, who lost their breasts because of cancer. Yeah, so that restoration work. Yeah. Really amazing things. And if we talk about women who want the bigger breasts, so actually the work that I saw, it was kind of delicate and professional and really beautiful. Yeah. So and the other thing that the surgeon is providing, it's so-called Hollywood facelift. Yeah, so it looks really, I would say, amazing. Yeah, the results. Yeah, when the tissues of your face. Yes, if you look at the photos of the process, yes.
And men are getting it as well.
The skin
but the results, they are just.
Would you ever dare to undergo a plastic surgery?
No.
No.
I wouldn't, because since I was a teenager, I was very much aware of plastic surgery because it was, big in the 70s. And it was it has always been my goal. My daily goal is to take care of myself so that I don't feel like I need it so much, and to age gracefully and say, this is how old I am. Look at all my wrinkles. Yes, I'm sagging here, and just have to deal with it. And so when my skin starts looking bad, I think, okay, I've been eating too much sugar, and I try to take care of myself from the inside out, and then just accept whatever is.
Right. Yeah. So I can relate totally because actually, so. As for me, plastic surgery and my attitude is that it's just emergency. Yeah. In case you had some, bad accident. So those cancer. operations and so on. So in that case, that's really lovely that actually our society provides such things. That people have that ability actually to restore something that happened wrong with their bodies. Really.
Okay. All right. Well, I've been thinking, when I was a teen, I've been thinking that one day when I'm an adult, I'm going to get a nose job. But that's only because I had my nose broken twice. So, and it used to be more of a straight nose, and now there is like a little bump. So I thought I would change that. But now I'm like, oh, who cares? Like,
Also true.
Now I'm like, I would only undergo plastic surgery if I have to, meaning like, if I've had some kind of an accident, so I have to do that. But other than that, oh no. So I'm with Barbara on this one as well. Like I'll accept whatever wrinkles. I know sometimes looking, when I smile, I have the wrinkles.
Yeah, same.
These are my smiley wrinkles.
Yes.
Yes.
So
They're so nice, right?
Well, I'm not as relaxed as you when I look in the mirror. Oh my God, look at me now. Oh my God. I can't believe it.
Oh. All right. Well, that has been a fun conversation. So, and I actually want to know what our listeners think about all that. So what are your thoughts on plastic surgery, on makeup? So do you use makeup or not? And if so, what things you agree or disagree with? So is there something you would like to talk about? Feel free to leave comments in the comment section on VK. Well, and that was the Big Apple School podcast. And today we discussed beauty standards, makeup, skincare, and all of that. Thank you for listening. And remember, if you struggle to understand our conversation, you're always welcome to our website, which is bigappleSchool.com/podcast, where you can find full scripts of each episode. So you can read the script while listening. And if you want to get even more content, which will help you learn English, you can follow us on social media, such as Instagram, VK, YouTube, Telegram. We're everywhere. Just search our name, which is Big Apple School. So that was Katja, and my guests for today were
Natalie.
Alyona.
And Varya.
Stay tuned, and we'll see you around.